one of the saddest things I remember about being I've always loved school. I was one of those kids that, and I still love school. I love learning. It just it's part of who I am. But I absolutely love school and my teachers, and a lot of respect for the whole establishment of that. And and I come from a family of teachers. I was the only one that didn't teach, although I wanted to. Um, I had other obligations, but I did wind up. I stumbled upon the greatest career I probably ever could have stumbled upon, and it's been a freaking phenomenal journey. But everyone was happy because last day of school and summer vacation, this and that. I wasn't. I was miserable because there was no more of that everyday routine. You go to class, your teacher's stuff. It was go to class, take a test, and then you went home. And the school was empty, and there was empty lockers, and you were never gonna see certain friends again or teachers. I hated the last day of school, man. Um, but this song kind of, you know, this song in combination to what we're doing here, shooting the last video before we get to the finale, is bringing that sad feeling back to me anyways. But anyways, I got an interesting story to tell you guys. um, so out here in California, our wonderful esteemed legislatures and governor and all the politicians that run the state of California, well, they decided to release violent state convicts. Just opened the jails. They decided to reduce all felonies down to misdemeanors, and what was violent crimes are now considered not violent. Different reasons, and you all know what I'm talking about. But when I was telling people these stories, when I was telling all my neighbors and my friends and my mom, I said, "You guys don't realize what's happening." Um, See, my department was going to be tasked with those clients. It's a whole different animal. We're talking violent, super criminal history. This is a totally different animal. And I was telling everybody, these people are going to be hitting the streets. The families aren't going to take them in. They're not going to want to be taken in by the families. There's going to be too many conditions placed on them to even be placed in certain homes, like you can't live close to a school, this and that. A lot of these people are going to be living in the streets. Sure enough, that's what's happened in California. California is the world's capital of homelessness and crime and worthless politicians. But anyways, and high taxes at the drop of a hat. Nobody believed me. They thought I was fucking pulling their leg and bullshitting them and stuff. And I said, you know what? These guys living in the streets, when you go to work, they go shopping. They need money for their drugs and for food. So guess where they're going to go? They're going to go into your houses. And you can't call the cops. And if you call the cops, they're not going to arrest them because they have downgraded all those crimes, including property crimes. And nobody believed me. Everybody laughed, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So sure enough, here a couple years ago, across the street, somebody's nephew moved. He's about 36, moved in, and he was one of those early release parolees. We call them AB 109ers here because that was after Assembly Bill 109, which is what created this whole mess. And at work, that's how we refer to them, as AB 109ers. So we had an AB 109er living across the street from me, 2 houses up. So I knew this, and a couple other neighbors knew this. Well, I got this one nosy neighbor down the street who just likes to walk around and spread gossip because he's fucking retired, has nothing else to do. So he started to befriend this guy, and the guy started using my neighbor as intel without my neighbor realizing he was being used. And but doesn't that look better? Doesn't that look better in terms of how a radiator should look? So he starts using my neighbor for intel every day, so he can start getting schematics of the neighborhood, a lay of the land, and my neighbor doesn't realize it. My neighbor's an asshole, but You're gonna love this story, and all the cussing I'm doing is gonna tie in perfectly with what I'm gonna say. So, so doesn't that look better? Um, let's work. Let's work on this part here. The real one has a clear square panel on here, like if it had a sign there at one time. So it's not as rusted out as the rest of these panels. So let's go ahead and mimic that, and I'll show you how I did that if you guys are curious in that step. As I keep telling you the story. So, oh, you're gonna love this. So that's why I'm not pissed off anymore, but I'm real serious about it. So sure as shit, the dude starts asking my buddy, well, hey, what does that guy across the street do? And what does that house over there, what do they do? Oh, where do they work? They work, so he's getting a lay of the land, who's home, who's not. That's what they do. And and sure enough, he asked about me, and my neighbor told him, oh, he's home. He works from home, but he works in the office too. He goes, what does he do? And my frickin' neighbor tells him, man. So you know what he tells my neighbor like a couple days later? He goes, hey man, tell your buddy there, tell homeboy, I'm gonna kill him. So I didn't know, right? My neighbor goes home in a panic. He goes, oh man, what did I start? And he grabs a whole bunch of bullets. They were hollow point bullets. So he comes in, he knocks on my door. He goes, hey, I got something for you. Open your hands, make like a little bowl. I'm gonna pour it in your hands. I go, sure, Bob. What is it? And sure enough, he pours about 20 hollow point 9mm bullets in my hands. Of course, I love weapons, so to me it was Christmas. I'm like, all right, those are hollow points, cool. He goes, well, there's a reason I'm giving them to you. Why is that? So he tells me, yeah, your neighbor says he's gonna kill you. uh, yeah, exactly what I said. I go, God damn it, Bob, what the hell did you do? He goes, well, I think I may have given too much information about you. I go, why are you giving information about me in the first place? You know what I do for a living, man. What? You know what he is. Don't you believe like my family? Nobody believed me who these people are. Sure enough, he gets into like a domestic violence thing there. He pops one of the older females relatives in the eye, gives her a shiner. My other neighbor asked me if I could call the cops. I go, you better believe I am. The female relative he hits about 80 something years old. It pissed me off, man. So I go, fuck. I said, hell yeah. So I called the cops, and I told them, the cops call me on my cell phone. They get back to me and they give me a heads up. I told them what I did for a living and stuff, and so he gave me a heads up, and he told me something. He goes, hey man, just so you know, that guy there has an extensive record, and all his cases are for extreme violence, and I think he even had like a rape case. So here's Bob giving him my information. Now he says he's gonna kill me. So I said, you know what? I got guns all over the house. I said, you know what, man? Bring it on, man. Just tell him, go for it. Let me know. He doesn't have to go through all that. Let me know when he wants to do it. I'll meet him out in the street. Let's shoot it out. If I'm gonna have to go, at least I want to go in a spectacular fashion. And so you see what I did there. So with the sponge method, remember I'm overdoing the rust and the different textures and colors of rust. I'm doing that for effect, on purpose. And then where I'm at, I'm gonna come back with the sponge method, with that little spongy thing like we did right now. And I'll do it right now for you guys too, before we shut the video off. And then I'll hit the rust areas, and I'll back that rust back down. I'll back that volume back down, and the white will pick up. You just can't mess up using washes and weathering products that act like washes and oils. It's a phenomenal way to weather. I'm still going to highly encourage it to everyone here. Try it at least on a little barrel or a little piece of a mortar or something. You see what I'm doing here. Okay, so how I'm going to All right. Let me give you an example how we're gonna back the volume down on that rust and bring the white back out again. Let me just show that to you guys real quick. Okay, I have a bottle of pre-mixed aged and yellowed white. We're gonna dip one of our stiff brush. That's only thing this is good for is for stippling, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. We can use a sponge, and we'll do that right now also. But for right now, since I got you guys, all right. Anyways, so check this out. Let's pick up a heavy section like this one here, and when we're done and we get it right where we want, we're gonna come back and we'll kind of do that a more controlled method. Right now, we're just kind of doing it real quick, but that's what we're gonna do to get it to look exactly how it looks on video of the one running around down in Austin, Texas. And let's keep goofing around a little bit. Let's use a different white. And just so you know, and let me pan the camera down and show you the different mixes of different type of aged and weathered white I'm using. It's there's no rules on this. Just knock yourself out. This is the more yellow one. Right now we're using. Right now we're gonna use. Let's use this one. And right now, let's go ahead and use the sponge. And use the sponge method to back off on some of that rust. Now, if you notice, I used the same sponge that I applied the rust to about a minute ago. It's dried out more or less, but mixing them like that, now you're starting to play with textures without even realizing it. So another example of what you could do with washes and oils and weathering products that act like oils and washes is just a phenomenal, extremely fun way of doing things. Oh, there we go. So let's back off by adding some white. And this time we're going to use the sponge technique. See that? You see how freaking amazing that looks? That's incredible, man. So let's go ahead, now that we've done that and we got you guys on camera for one last time, as I told you the story. So anyways, so I'm sleeping with a 9mm under my pillow literally for like the last year. And every time I bump into the guy across the street or I see him, he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" And I say the same thing, "What's up, man?" But I know. And no one has a death wish, not even me, but we can't control life, and this is the state I live in, and these are the times we live in. So well, the day before Mother's Day here, which was Sunday, so Saturday, apparently he died in his backyard, and fentanyl. It was fentanyl. So that went away. That was the life he chose. But this jerk down the street goes blabbing around, telling him neighbor's business, and this guy is using that stuff for intel so he can plan his moves when he wants to break into people's houses or steal stuff from them. Well, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. I kicked Bob out of here. I told him, he says he ain't never gonna come back and talk to me again. I gave him the finger and I literally kicked him off my property. I said, "Get the hell out of my face. I don't ever want to freaking see you again." And but having said all this, the good thing about all of this is I wound up with a handful of about 20 9mm hollow point bullets. How freaking cool is that? So there's a little bit of a silver lining to that story, I guess. and I'm here with you guys. But your vote is precious. Be careful who you vote for. These politicians that are promising rainbows and woke shit and releasing prisoners and defunding police, they're more dangerous than Adolf Hitler, Stalin, Castro, the North Korean dude. Then you can. That is the most dangerous thing. That particular politician should be arrested, not run out of town because he's not doing the job he swore he was supposed to. And they put communities at. You guys see the news? It, and look what I experienced. I told this story to my mom on Mother's Day. She was freaking out. There you go. Look at that. There's that panel. You see that square panel right there? So I hope these videos, although long, this is an incredibly long build. I hope these videos will inspire you or help you out one day, or maybe pick up your spirits when you're feeling down or blue. Um, they are long videos, but you know what? Even the mistakes, I'm absolutely tickled pink when I work on these things. I'm absolutely tickled pink when you guys follow them and like them and make comments that you enjoy it. That keeps me going, and it keeps everybody else here on YouTube that does this going. Um, so before we end this video, there's our new radiator with the new components. Now it looks like a radiator, more or less. But so tonight before you guys go to bed, check out Robert's YouTube channel. Robert is BNR Northern Horse Journeys. Check out SDM, the letters SDM, all one word, no spaces. SDM Productions. Check out his incredible builds and his awesome YouTube channel. And the guy is the most friendliest, helpful, just like Robert and David, and all the rest of you guys. But if you guys, someone comment that we're having way too much fun here doing this. Someone comment that on one of my earlier videos when I started doing this, and they're right. If you guys want to have this kind of fun too, grab your cell phone camera, start filming. Don't worry about techniques or experience or any shit like that. Start build your little network of colleagues, of fellow modeling colleagues here, and start enjoying the heck out of life, man. Life goes away. You saw Knucklehead across the street. He's gone, man. He's dead. Whatever he could have done in life, he didn't, and he's gone. It's over. So, and it'll be over for me one day, and it'll be over for you one day. So, what are you gonna do on planet Earth in the meantime? Okay, I mean, shit. We can just drink and smoke pot all day long and do nothing and gain weight, or we can do something productive, get a cool job, make some money, put it in the bank, fix up our trucks or our cars or whatever. Find yourself a honey bunny. Don't just date her and have sex and have fun. If she's a good woman, marry her, man. Marry her. Have a life. Why does the whole world get to do that and not you? Who the hell did you ever hurt or kill or murder that you have taken yourself out of the game and that doesn't apply to you no more? Well, that's all a bunch of bullshit. Okay? You know what, man? That kid across the street, I call him a kid because to me, he was a kid. He could have cleaned himself up if he wanted to, met someone that was going to help him out through life, a partner, and he could have had a life. You know, I'm I'm not going to blame him. I blame our politicians. I blame society the way it is now. You know what I call society now? This whole society all around us, it's the Facebook society. When I meet a chick now, the first thing I ask her is, hey, are you on Facebook? If she says yes, I'm out of there, man. Because her priorities are somewhere else. So, so If you like this, if you enjoyed it, my question to you is why not you? What did you ever do that you can't enjoy this? You run on down to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. They always have their 40% sale online. You start pick up just one model, man. Don't worry what your wife is gonna say. She's gonna chew you out no matter what you do. But grab that freaking model that caught your eye or that you remember when you were a kid. And don't you want to have fun? Put the sprues out, start cutting them apart, and do some basic gluing. Film it, and then as you film it, say, "Hey guys, help me out. What advice? What do I do next, and how should I do it?" And the advice will start coming in, and you're gonna go down a different path that we all should be going down. We work hard in the day, Monday through Friday. We work hard, but we should play hard too. You know what, man? I'm gonna go have a drink. I'm gonna have a cup of coffee later on. I'm gonna go outside in the backyard. I'm playing my guitar, man. I gotta work tomorrow, so I'm gonna have fun tonight. But look at that. I'm gonna ask you again. Why not you? Why not you? Anyways, that's all for today. Tom Klein, if you're out there, if you're listening, buddy, we miss you. Hope everything's all right. If it's not, hit me up if there's something I can help you out with. Hopefully, everything's good. I know everything's good. But Tom Klein, sir, shit. Tom Klein, I dedicate this bill to you, bud. Tell your dad I said hello, and you guys take care. Have an awesome, awesome, freaking phenomenal rest of your week, and have a blessed week. You guys all take care.